Jackson Radio Show.
Welcome back, everybody. Kevin Jackson here, KJRadio.com. We've got a lot to discuss, and we're going to get into. Look, there's I don't want to call it nuisance news, but it is, and there's a lot of lessons to be learned from it, like these exploding packages in Austin. They're saying that they may be targeting blacks, so it would be a hate crime. I've never heard of anybody saying if in the event of exploding, like let's say there's a pipe bomber and he's blowing up mailboxes, and they say we need to look for the root cause of it. But I've never seen one of these shows where 3 white people get killed and they go, we need to look into it as a hate crime. But black folks have been targeted, and immediately it's a hate crime. Look, I'm not, and I don't need to debate hate crime versus regular crime. To me, it's a specious argument. A crime is a crime. And if somebody's killing people with packages, they need to be brought to justice. And it's hate involved, whether it's white people, black people, or anybody else. This idea of hate crime is just crazy to me. But here we are talking about it. Actually, I wasn't even going to cover it now, but we might as well since I'm on the subject. What it tells me when I see people being killed and somebody being tricky about how they do it is I see cowardice and I see leftist. That's what I see. The Unabomber. Oh, the government, whatever, so I'm going to go kill a bunch of people that I didn't like. That's just cowardice and leftist. I'm going to see how long I can get away with it. I'm smarter than you. I'm smarter than law enforcement. You'll never catch me. And I'm going to kill people because I'm mad at the government and somebody that, wronged me in my past. As opposed to just picking up the phone and saying, look, man, you made me mad. I don't like it. Let's get over it. Okay, let's hug it out. Nope. City of Austin is chock full of leftists. And what we're witnessing with these packages exploding is nothing but pure leftism. According to an Austin, Texas police report, a teenage boy died after a suspicious package exploded in his home on Monday. A woman in her late 40s was also injured, was taken to the hospital for potentially life-threatening injuries. This is the second deadly explosion of a package in Austin this month. The first incident was earlier in the month, and it killed a 39-year-old man, and the police are investigating the possibility of the 2 instances being linked. This is a report I'm reading. There are similarities that we cannot rule out, and that these 2 incidents are, in fact, related. According to the police report, neither package was delivered by the Postal Service, so it wasn't a mean-spirited postal person, but were left there overnight and opened early in the morning, and police have reclassified the first incident from suspicious to a homicide. They're also not ruling out the possibility of the explosions being hate crimes due to the fact that both victims were African American, aka black. End of report. Then there was the next story that I read. It said there's been a third bombing. I'm sure you guys saw the story. At the time that I saw it, they just said there's another package that exploded, but I believe it did, and they're just unsure at this point. I looked at the map, and it's going right up the 35 corridor there in Austin. So look, now there's a warning: don't take any packages or whatever. And what do people expect to get out of this? I have no idea. What could you possibly be doing, building bombs that could go off and kill people indiscriminately? I mean, that's just cowardice. That's the only way to look at it. It's just cowardice. Oh man, how bad is that? Hey, and OJ's back in the news, right? The consensus is in. OJ did it. I just saw a piece of it. I'll be honest with you, I don't have a whole lot of interest in OJ. He served the time for whatever he's supposed to do, and he's out. And I think the Goldman family's still hounding him for when he makes money. He's still got to pay them for something. So I don't have a whole lot of interest in it. But here's the thing. Black folks are now starting to admit, okay, I think OJ did it. Now, I didn't watch the show, so I'm going to have to take people's word for it. But he supposedly gave a hypothetical as to how he did it. Do you guys know anything about how this was done? I didn't hear anything. But this is what I was told. He did a hypothetical If I'm wrong, let me know. Google it while I'm doing this. But supposedly, it was a hypothetical of if I would have killed them, this is what I would have done. Now, the other thing I've heard is that no, he's admitting that he had a blackout and he wasn't sure. He was there with a knife and all this. But whatever came out of it, this little bit that I've seen subsequent to that, black folks are going, he did it. OJ did it. Now, at the time of that verdict, to take you back, take you back, OJ, when they freed that man, that was one of the most polarizing incidents in America at the time. It was really interesting to watch. Between us girls, I was happy OJ got off, not because of a black issue, but because I felt like they hadn't proved that he did it. Now, people, Kevin, you know he did it. That maybe. My opinion or feeling about it has nothing to do with it. Now, people are like, well, who else would have done it? You know, who else? Well, like I would know. I don't know who Nicole Simpson made mad or Ron, what's his name? I forget the guy's name. Goldman. I don't know who he was following around. I mean, I knew nothing about it. Well, how are you going to ask me? What do I think? My opinion is worthless in the scheme of things. But here's what I knew. They had not beyond a reasonable doubt proved it was OJ. There was DNA that was close to his, but it wasn't his and all this. And so that implicated his kid. And people, well, come on now, that was close enough. Again, give me an exact match and I go, oh, his DNA's on scene? Okay, it's OJ. Now, I will tell you this, that certainly made me take pause because it was a close DNA match. Now, I don't know whether the DNA things have changed and they could now make it an exact match. You know how things are. But at the time, it wasn't definitive. They have to prove beyond a reasonable doubt. And OJ was like, you know, look, I just came back from so-and-so, and they were looking at his knuckles, which had a couple of scars on them. But again, I get scarred. I would hate to think if something came up and I was like, you had a scarred knuckle, and they go, oh, he scarred his knuckles. I'm a fighter. I scar my knuckles all the time. So it was just bizarre. So I was happy that OJ got off because I was like, you know, I don't want any innocent person going to jail. I'd rather a guilty guy be out for a little while longer till you get a case against him. And they did. They managed to get OJ on a technicality when he went to get his memorabilia that he'd signed back. So no harm, no foul. Now he's out. As far as I'm concerned, he could tell the truth. At this point, I don't think if he did kill him, I don't think he would tell the truth because I think he'd look at it as, you know, it's going to be a career. I don't know. Has his career already ended? I mean, some people still like OJ. They still see him as a star. I talked about it when he got out of prison before this latest thing. I said I would interview OJ. I would talk to OJ. Now, if he is a killer and he got away with it, there'd be a part of me that would still want to talk to him. I'd be like, well, why'd you do it? Well, what would get inside of you to make you want to kill your ex-wife, who you know is in other relationships? I mean, why? What clicked? Well, you know, Kev, she was over there flirting with that young boy trying to be a cougar. And I don't know, man, something just flipped. Okay, give me a read. But other than just the curiosity as to why he did it, but I don't have any interest in the story. But man, people do. They do. But here's, so people are abandoning OJ. Now, why am I talking about it? Because I'm making a prediction. What's happened to OJ is going to happen to Obama. Obama didn't kill, directly kill anybody himself, but he killed America. He killed blacks' spirits in a strange way. OJ, when that verdict came out, black people were like, yeah. It was a big deal. He energized the black community. The justice that had so many times gone against black folks was now tipped in the favor of blacks. And some of them were like, I don't even care if he did it. He got off in a system that is oppressing black people, blah, blah, blah. You know, the system run by leftists, of course. They didn't care. No distinction, but that is the key. And so Barack Obama got elected in a system that oppresses black people. Yeah, whoo, we got our champion. Oh, he did kill somebody? Ooh, okay. And with respect to Obama, it's the same thing. You understand the parallel? That's why this is such an interesting issue to me is because that same revelation is beginning to hit black people. They thought the dude was Superman. He could do no wrong. Everything he touched turned to gold. And now you get the revelation. No, he was actually pretty bad. He actually didn't help black people. In effect, he's a killer. He's a bad person. Oh, we got to rethink him. You know who's making him rethink him? Donald Trump. Donald Trump's performance. That's what's making him rethink Barack Obama. Black folks are going, look, we haven't had it so good. And get this. This is a big backfire for the left. He's a racist. Donald Trump is a racist. Black people don't believe this.
Kevin Jackson
on the Black Sphere Radio Network.
Do you owe back taxes to the IRS or state? The secret to avoiding the IRS nightmare is to seek professional representation. My friends at Security Tax Associates provide the most cost-effective and ethical representation in the industry while helping to avoid seizures, levies, and wage garnishments. Security Tax Associates is here to ensure that the appropriate steps are taken to permanently eliminate any possibility of future tax burdens once and for all. For a free, no-obligation consultation, contact Security Tax Associates, 844-779-4177. That's 844-779-4177. 844-779-4177. Or visit them at securitytaxassociates.com.